Her in the huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. And I am in studio today. So excited to be back after the long layoff that we had, hoping everybody enjoyed the holidays and all that other stuff. You can still say Happy New Year. It's what's up. And I am here with Eddie Scott in the house. What's up, Eddie, sir? What's going on with you? How you doing?
What's up, Rachel? Welcome back. We missed you, Gary.
Yeah, I missed you too.
So I must say, man, it was good. It's good to see you. Number one, it's always good to see. It's always good being here. We have so much to talk about, so much that we missed that we need to talk about, and just overall, man, just good to be back. I think the audience was missing you. I think the staffing was missing you. It wasn't just me missing you. I think everybody was missing you. Like, where Rachel at? Where Rachel at? Where Rachel at?
That'd be nice. I love a chant that went like that. But I'm back now. I told the audience yesterday that I had COVID. So now I am doing much better. So I'm so excited to be back. And, so much happened while I was out. But, the Cleveland Browns made some news today and they had a new hiring. And what are your thoughts about the Cleveland Browns hiring Jim Schwartz as their new defensive coordinator?
I wanted Flores, and then Brian Flores, and then that name
Flores.
Yeah, I wanted him honestly. How I don't know how to feel about that. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
All right, because I don't really know how I feel about this hire. I'm not mad at it, but I'm not excited. If that makes sense, like it didn't blow me away.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't blow me away. I think, yeah, I'm not blown away by it. It's an okay hire.
Okay.
I just need to see him. Maybe I just need to see what he's gonna do.
Well, he brings a lot of experience to the table. Yeah. So over 25 years ahead of experience in the NFL. He's been with multiple teams. He has a Super Bowl to his credit with the Philadelphia Eagles. And, he's had some success, as defensive coordinator as other teams. So I can understand, that trepidation. He started his NFL career here with Bill Belichick. So Correct. He's used to Cleveland and decided to come back and bring this try to get this defense together because he has a tough task in front of him. He has to get that front seven together.
I feel like I feel what you said is absolutely true. That's the truth. But how can I put this in there? You know how sometimes a coach be like out of their
element.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's gonna be him, but what I'm saying is I'm not saying he's out of his element. But what I will say is like sometimes like okay, like how can I who can I make a good example? The Dallas Cowboys coach, he's a perfect example. The Dallas Cowboys look good right now. Don't get me wrong, they look great. But it's not really because of him. It's more of they have a high strong offense that's dominating, and they got a pretty good defense. And he just sit back in the back stream and just let the coaches coach. You know what I'm saying? Because he already know when he tried to coach his way, he was out of the element because the way he coached is not the same as you know what I'm saying. The league has evolved from 25 years. You know what I'm saying? It has evolved from 2 years ago. So it's like I like the experience part of it. I like I actually do like them picking them up, but sometimes it's just like, I need to see like what kind of defense you about to put in. You know what I'm saying? Like what you about to implement in this defense, because we need certain things to be done. We're aggressive. We need to be aggressive. You showed me that you could be aggressive, but you also showed me that you have a element have a tendency of being like a little passive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I know we still this year, so we got a little ways to wait. But I want to see like what it looked like in like preseason and even just in training camp.
Hi, Brandy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, good. I guess people could hear you if I put you in. Hook up the. Okay, Brandy, how you doing? I'm sorry.
You're fine. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. We doing okay. Eddie's back with us today.
Wonderful. How you feeling? B,
Pretty
what's
good.
up, B?
We got a new coordinator in town.
Yes, man. We're just talking about it. How you feel about it?
I think it's okay. I'm, excited to see how he does. I think for the Browns, he was, to me, I think it was between him and Brian Flores, but I think, Flores was kind of the risky option and going with Schwartz was more the safe option and better long-term for them probably.
They didn't want no snitches.
Why did you think that Flores was the risky option?
He's a snitch. He blew up the whole Miami Dolphins organization.
But he probably got to get paid.
He does have that whole situation going on, just like he said. And, I think knowing we already, have the whole Deshaun Watson drama, I think adding that is probably something that they don't want to do either right now.
I agree with that. Yeah. Now, I said he wasn't going to get hired, but I said he would have been the best hire, though. But I knew he wasn't going to get it. It was way too much of a risk. Way too much of a risk.
Well, the thing is, too, is that, he's pretty good at what he does. And, he's been, might possibly be considered for some other head coaching jobs. So
never get a head coaching job.
You never know.
I'm quote my words. He messed up his career. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's going to get defensive coordinator jobs. Probably everywhere. Maybe you see they're not gonna hire him. They don't trust him. You know how hard it's gonna be to build these people trust these owners. We know how these kind of owners that they got. Yeah. They all stick together. It's gonna be hard. Only reason you get a defensive coordinator job because that's not the owner's job to pick. The owner don't have nothing to do with that. That's all coach. I don't know. I only picked the head coaches.
Well, I had thought that once he, had that lawsuit that he was never going to get a job in the NFL again. But, it
would have been too much of it would have been too blatant of a blackball. You know what I'm saying? It would have been too blatant. That would have got you in trouble. Now he really can have a major lawsuit against y'all. The whole NFL at this point. You know what I'm saying? Not just the Dolphins. Now I got a lawsuit against the whole NFL. So they weren't about to do that.
Yeah, but I'm glad he ended up in Pittsburgh because, Pittsburgh is a very progressive organization. So, I kind of think that that's the right fit for him and stuff like that.
Let me say this. That'll be the job he'll get because the kind of Pittsburgh is their own little universe. So if he ever get a head coaching job because Mike Tomlin left and they gave him the job. That's the team I could see coaching. That was a good pickup for that team over there. I hate that he went over there though. It was a good pickup.
Yeah, them Roonies or something. So I'm not surprised.
I like them as an organization.
So, Brandy, what do you think about Jim Schwartz returning back to Cleveland? Because this is where his coaching career started, where he was a scout underneath Bill Belichick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he's probably excited to come back to Cleveland. It's where he first started. He does have the experience in Philly when he won the Super Bowl with them in 2018, just a few years ago. And he had coached a little bit with Detroit, and he took Detroit to playoffs when he was coaching for them. So, I think experience-wise and his track record, he does have the experience that's needed, I think, for the Browns defense right now. And he's kind of known to, light a fire up under some players, which is definitely what I think the defense needs.
Yeah, what do y'all think that his hallmark is kind of everything Jadeveon Clowney is against, and that's for getting the most out of pass rushers and isolating the stars for the most favorable matchups? And that's something that Jadeveon Clowney has been very vocal about the Cleveland Browns doing in the past. So, that's obviously another reason why he won't be back on that team, because Jim Schwartz is kind of like, that's his calling card. So that doesn't suit Jadeveon Clowney. But what do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
So Miles should probably have a breakout year, hopefully, or have a really good year under Jim Schwartz.
Well, honestly, I think if Clowney come back, I know it's up in the air. I know he says we all know he's a paid for hire mercenary. So whoever pay him the most, that's where he's going. I feel that they give him the right price, he'll come back. And I honestly, I think in the Schwartz type of defense, honestly, I think that Jadeveon Clowney would be the one who would be the breakout star because of his pass rushing abilities. I mean, his run stopping abilities. I think that he would probably be the one. Myles Garrett's gonna be Myles Garrett. Let's not take that away. But I think in Schwartz defense, the way that Jadeveon Clowney plays, he could be that dude. He could be that old Houston guy before he got
get that old thing back.
Yeah, rewind the time a little bit. I think personally, it'd be a good fit for him. I know he don't like it, but I think it'd be a good fit for him.
Yeah. Do you think that the hiring of Jim Schwartz might make him want to stay, or is it too far? Is it too bad? Him and the Browns right now.
I think it's bad, and the reason I think it's bad is because most guys. And I think it's something with the locker room. I know they ain't telling us much. It's like they holding it to the chest. But most of the time, if I'm considering a comeback to that organization, I'm not going over and telling people I'm not going back to the club. I'm not going back there. It's something internal that's going on, and they're not saying what it is, but I'm pretty sure it is for this guy to say he's not coming back here. And said it publicly. It's not like, we heard that he may not come back. No, he is letting it be known publicly. Oh no, I'm not going back here.
So. Brandy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think, Schwartz coming really saves Clowney to stay here. But, I think if he does stay, him and Miles could both take a step next year. But, to me, his comments kind of confuse me, especially towards Myles Garrett, because, a lot of the games we were seeing Miles being doubled. So I don't know if that's considered the favorable matchup anymore if you're being doubled.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, Miles should be able to excel underneath this. And, I think that, he can help with the draft picks of, what would help form the front seven. The question is, do you run a 3-4? Do you run a 4-3? I don't know what type of defense he normally runs or what have you.
I know he runs a difference between 3-4. I know when the Eagles won that Super Bowl, he was a 3-4 defense.
Okay.
One thing I will say about the Browns and what I feel they should do. First of all, you guys, I don't care how dominant your DNs are. If your interior defense ain't nothing, it doesn't even matter. And because our interior defense is trash, I think it exposes our linebackers, would make them look worse than they probably already are. They're probably not as bad as they look. It just, when you got 370-pound men coming at you, who just in the best, greater shape as you are, you might want to, and you only 200. Our linebackers are small. So
yeah,
you only 220 pounds, and that's a big difference. So I feel if we right now go get two dominating interior defensive tackles, I think we can run a dope 4-3 base defense, and you could pick other schemes from that 4-3 base personally. But you gotta get to two dope interior. They ain't gotta be great, but they gotta be really good. Like we had Sheldon Richardson and Obi. That was good defensive ends, and we should have kept those guys here.
All right, we're going to take a break really quickly. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM with Rachel, Brandy, and Eddie. We'll be right back.
Bible College, a local Christian college, has been serving the greater Cleveland area for over 40 years. Located at 13702 Kinsman Road.
So we having Rod on again with some updates about the balling in the bush. I don't know if you noticed that, but when I sent out the text today, we having Rod Lemon on again from the tournament. Yeah, in South Africa, to talk more about balling in the bush. So he'll be on in a second.
Registration for winter.
So they got some packages.
Through January 26th. For more information or to register for classes, stop by the main campus at 13701 Kinsman Road on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 a.m. to noon and 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. or call 216-291-7292. This message is brought to you by Maranatha Bible College and Institute and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United. Burtonville Carr Community Radio.
If you need legal help with housing, employment, benefits, domestic safety, or another fundamental need, please visit Legal Aid's website at www.lasclep.org anytime to apply for assistance. You can also call during Legal Aid's intake hours, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 4 p.m. or Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 216-687-1900.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the First Lady.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We're working to get Rod Lemons on from Bridge Elite Global to talk about balling in the bush. Eddie, how was your holidays, man?
Oh, man, it was great. I was working, y'all, because it was cold outside, so I was at work the whole time, but it was okay. I enjoyed my holidays, though. I really did. So even though I was working and I was tired, I still got to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
They were bad.
You were sick?
Mm-hmm.
How was your birthday, though? You were sick on your birthday?
It was bad, yeah. I was sick on my birthday, so I pretty much slept the whole day and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I didn't
25 and you couldn't even celebrate.
I know.
It's all right. It's all right. You can celebrate it now.
Yeah, and I caught COVID at the exact same time last year, except for I was able to get my holidays in, and I was sick for New Year's. So I said, now I know I'm good the rest of the year. I don't get COVID until the end of December, so I can do whatever I want to. I can go mask free and everything.
Cool.
Just kidding. No, you have to take the proper precautions. We here at WOVU, today's PSA, please exercise all caution and continue to mask up and wash your hands. Brandy, how was your holidays as well?
It was pretty good. I saw some family that I haven't seen in a while, so that's always
really
good. Yeah.
Are they out of town family?
No, they live here, but the past 2 years we didn't get together to do Christmas Eve because of COVID and stuff, so we finally got together this year.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And how was y'all New Year's? Y'all do anything fun?
New Year's was rocking. Besides Ohio State losing. That was the only sad part. They paid that kicker off. I don't care what anybody say. They paid him off. But besides
we gonna get into that later on.
Besides them losing, man, it was a good day for New Year's. Shout out to Randy Knight. Thank you for your hospitality.
Randy had a party and didn't invite me.
No, it wasn't a party. It was we made it to a party. I put it like that. It was supposed to be just watching the football game. We were like, hey, bro, it's New Year's Eve. We ain't just want to watch the football game.
Yeah.
Order some pizza.
Yeah.
Order some pizza. Got some wings, and we had a good time. Had a good time.
Yeah, the game was just a part of it, but you had to form a celebration because we were supposed to win the game, so you were supposed to have even more to celebrate about.
We missed the ball drop because of the field goal kick.
Right. I was like, it's 12 o'clock. Who cares?
we like, oh, it's 12 o'clock. Oh.
Right.
Happy New Year, everybody. Come on,
they announced it during the broadcast.
I know. We wasn't paying no
attention. It's 12 o'clock. Like, nobody cares about that right now.
Make this kick, bro. Make this kick. And I mean, they put them in good position. And I'm like, if we the ones, we were the one that we would have been us that win this national championship. I did not see TCU beat us. So I'm like, dude, like,
Yeah, we could have shocked the world. George said, glad for all the experience that started in Cleveland for Schwartz. Now it's time to turn that into valid production for our defense in 2023.
you're 100% right, George. I agree with you. I'm hoping that we're not just saying the same, we repetitive with everything we say every year. I'm hoping that it shows something different. I'm tired of the same excuses. Like, I think this year, if we have a bad year again this year, Stefanski got to go. I've been saying get rid of him already, but
Yeah.
I understand. Like they like now we're gonna have a full time with Deshaun. Give him one more year. I understand that, but to me, why give him that extra year when you got this guy here right now? We bring a new system in, implement that system, and keep it moving. Stefanski ain't that dude. He's showing you. And then if I was them, I would force him to give up. If he's going to be our head coach, I will force him to give over the reins of calling the plays.
Mm-hmm.
He would not be able to call offensive play. He will have to be a head coach
Mm-hmm.
you clearly can't do both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday too, Brandy, about his play calling and how we felt about that. I've always said I don't think that first year head coaches and new head coaches should do the play calling.
No.
There's too many nuances to be a coach in which you have to figure out. So why do you want to add additional stress on top of what you do and let your coaches coach? As it you don't trust, Alex Van Pelt to be able to call these plays. He did fine, during the playoff game.
Exactly. He helped us win without you.
Yeah.
And his play call was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the heavy run. Like he played to our strengths. Stefanski don't do that. Stefanski don't play to our strengths. He played to, we're down by 3, got to pass the ball 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You built a run team and you want to pass it 50 times. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys with 60 passes this game.
Yeah, didn't Tom Brady have 66? They were saying
Tom Brady had 66 passes last game. I'm gonna see if he does a Cowboy fan. Don't tell him.
My dad's happy. He's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Listen, Randy, I'm gonna tell you, like I'm the biggest undercover Cowboys fan there is. Like I love my Browns though, but my Super Bowl was the Cowboys versus the Browns. Clearly, that's not gonna happen. But that was my Super Bowl pick.
I don't know if y'all can see me roll my eyes completely back into my head.
Don't do that, Rach.
I'm so sick of Cowboys fans.
Don't do that, Rach. Listen, Cowboys fans. Look, all right, so look, and I'm gonna speak for. I'm not a pure born Cowboy fan, so I'm not a bandwagon Cowboy fan. I'm actually a fan when they win, lose, or draw. But I'm not like the crazy fans of the Cowboys. I don't think every year, even when they got a sorry team, they're gonna be Super Bowl team. I do that with the Browns. I can't do it with both teams.
Do y'all think that Jim Schwartz can? Change the subject, but do y'all think he can change it around in one season, Brandy? What you think?
Yeah, I think he can. The past couple of years we've been saying we have all the talent on the team and it's not coming together. So I think if anyone's going to bring it together, it can be him. I know, the past 2 years that he's been with Tennessee, he does, do more man coverage and the Browns were doing zone. So I think, the Browns probably playing in man-to-man with a high safety might help them out because, we were seeing all those miscommunications when they were playing in the zone defense.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Brandy. You just hit the nail on the head. I personally think he can because our team was based around man coverage. Like we are, look at with the plays we ran man coverage, how great we did compared to when we were in zone.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the big plays we gave up was during the zone play.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the comebacks we came because we run the zone, got our backs against the quarterback, our backs to the quarterback. I couldn't agree with you more. Do I feel that he can bring us together for 1 year? Absolutely. We have the talent. And most of our talent is already locked in for years. So, like I said, the biggest pieces that we're going to need is those tackles. If we don't get Clowney back on, of course, we're going to need another dominate DN. But yeah, so we're gonna need a new front four. But outside of that, I think he has the team to put it together. And what he did with the Titans, I definitely think he could do it even better with the Browns.
Yeah. Tony, I see you, Tony. Tony says, I'm always our producer in the background says, I'm always a Dallas Cowboys fan. I got to roll my eyes too. Ain't nobody thinking about the Dallas Cowboys. But also too, I agree with everything y'all both saying. Also, he has to find a way to shore up that run defense as well and make us from one of the worst to one of the first, in the league at, not getting gashed on the run, because that's how, we lost a lot of games as well. We gave up a lot of big run plays. So that's going to come with, figuring out what that front seven's got to do, but we got to be better at stopping the run.
That run stopping going to come when you get those tackles back.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like, I don't understand why you guys didn't go. I don't understand why we didn't even offer the Ndamukong.
I don't think Ndamukong Suh wanted to come here. Yeah, I think he wanted to go to a contender.
We would have been a contender if he came. Like think about it.
You think he was the answer to all of our problems?
Oh, I think he would have been a big fit. We were getting destroyed in the middle. The middle was horrible. They wouldn't run to the outside of the Browns. They run right to the middle, bounce to the outside. Why? Because our middle was trash. And I feel like if you really think about it, like we're talking about contenders. Think about it. Prior to us playing, they had us going to the AFC Championship. Of course, that's on paper. Everything looked good on paper, but with that team that we had, and I'm like, look, and I said, well, I don't know about that. I'm like, if you look, yeah, I'm gonna go with you because I'm rooting for us. Of course, I'm going 17-0. But reality is, I'm like, our defensive tackles is horrible. Like our linebackers are sus. It ain't that it's not like our linebackers are not good. It's just like your front four determine how good your linebackers going to be. Like it's like a circle of life,
The circle.
I just watched Lion King this weekend. I ain't gonna be friend. I just got this for Lion King, y'all. So, like I said, the zebras eat the grass. The lions eat the zebras. The lions die. They become the grass. The zebras eat the grass again. You feel me? Circle of life. And that's how it is. Like our line protect the linebackers. The linebackers supposed to protect the corners. And we can't do that if we don't have good linemen. I think it's killed us.
Yeah, Brandy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're going to definitely have to make decisions, especially at linebacker, and with all the injuries they had last year. We had 4 different linebackers in there, so I think they're going to have to make a lot of decisions, especially with the contracts expiring.
Y'all feel our linebackers are too small?
Yeah, they're very undersized.
I mean, you went for speed instead of size, and I think like even your middle linebacker was like 215. Like that's small for a middle linebacker. I can understand your outside linebackers being a little smaller.
Thinking 250, 260?
You can get speed with 250. You can get speed with 260. You can get speed with 270. I need speed and I need power. Like remember the Jerome Harrison's Harrison's from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think those type of dude. He was fast. He was strong as an ox, but he was fast. He could cover. He could do it all. But we went away from that because we we need speed, because it's becoming a pass offense, passing league. That's fine. But if you look at the teams that win most of the time, they got good defense with dominating linebackers. That's just what wins. That's what wins in the NFL now. We got to choose to get that, or we're going to keep saying the same prayer. Man, I can't wait till next year. Can't wait till next year. I can't wait till next year. We're going to keep saying that if we don't do that.
Yeah, always wait till next year. Well, we got to wait until after our commercial break to talk again. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Hey, Heaven, you doing okay, sweetie?
Just got me working out.
Oh, for real? How old are you? How old? 14? I remember when I was 14. That was 30 years ago.
I was 14.
That's crazy.
Hey man, his breath stinks so bad.
Huh?
Kenny Crumpton.
Oh, really?
That smells so bad. I think he got like something dead in his mouth and he need to fix it. It's horrible. And he want to talk right in your face too.
I'm also here with Mr. Eddie Scott, the front man. And you guys, we might as well go ahead and get into it. We're still going to try to, get Rod on here, but we got to get into this Ohio State game that none of us talked about. I feel right now Ohio State should be national champions because they should have played in that game. And, they shocked the world because I think I even had, I always believe as a Buckeye fan, I always believe as a Buckeye alumnus that we are always going to win. But, I'm like, this Georgia is a juggernaut and I'm really nervous and I'm really scared. And they looked very pedestrian in our game and they needed a 50-yard missed field goal in order to be able to pull it out. What are your thoughts about the game? And Brandy, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I agree with you to start that, they definitely should be champions. And that's what's so frustrating about it, watching, that game, because, watching the championship, you could see that Ohio State was probably the best team in football. But, I knew going into this game that the offense of Ohio State could definitely keep up with Georgia. So I wasn't worried about the offense, but I was, worried about the defense, and that's ultimately what it came down to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Jim Knowles, your $2 million man, just wasn't able to get it done, with the defense and, our corner struggle. We didn't really struggle to stop the run or anything like that, but, we struggled to be able to stop the passing game of Stetson Bennett. Huh?
Same guy who blew against Michigan couldn't cover a bed with a cover.
Ransom?
Man. Yeah.
And he'll be back. He said that he's coming back for his senior year.
He's gonna be at the grocery store.
Yeah, he got burnt again against Georgia. Man. So yeah, that was not good. But this team had Georgia on the ropes. Really, did Georgia ever lead other than the final?
Not to the final.
Not to the final drive. So Ohio State, was up 11 points going into the fourth quarter, I believe. And, they very rarely surrender a lead. But, because defense had problems and issues and being able to cover the receivers and tight ends of Georgia, they were able to get back in this game. So, I'm just really sad and heartbroken. And I honestly thought we were going to win, once we got into it. I thought it was going to be like Alabama, and it was at 2014. Mm-hmm. I thought that we were going to shock the world,
National championship game. I mean, playoff game. We won. We first of all, let's we can talk about the refs on this station. Bad calls.
Yeah.
It was a lot of bad calls. I'm doing it for sleep. She's not here, so she was out of it. I'm sorry, y'all. It was a lot of bad calls. Director, don't laugh. You make me laugh, right? It was a lot of bad calls on that game, man. That targeted call that they didn't call against Harrison Jr. That was a bad no call. Yeah, so it was a lot of bad calls, and then that kick was like, did y'all pay him off, man? There's no way he missed that bad.
Yeah, they said that he's never made a kick from 50 yards before.
I mean, it was horrible. It was he showed that was a horrible. I mean, it wasn't even close. It was like he kicking it to the stands on purpose.
Yeah,
I was so mad. Like, wow, bro. Like you gotta live with the fact that you blew that game.
Mm-hmm.
They got you in field goal range. They did a great job getting you in field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
Now, getting in the field goal range, I will say this: that was some bad. That was a bad kind of bad drive for the Ohio State, because I think y'all could have got closer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I don't think it was the best play call.
No, it wasn't the best play call. You used your timeouts horribly in that drive. Like I said, I feel like it was when Harrison went out, you guys forget how if you win, you got Ryan Day got scared and forgot to call the plays. Not a fan of Ryan Day. I'm sorry. I'm a bash him almost every time I talk about it. But just not a fan of this guy, man. It was just bad play call, which cost us a kick a 50-yarder. And I think we could have got another 10 yards. It was a good time we have a different conversation right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. I think we definitely should have beat Georgia. I think we were the better team. I said we were the better team. I thought we were the best team in the nation for a reason. And Ransom, trash. They knew to pick on me. They knew to go spread defense. So it's one-on-one coverage, and Ransom had to cover somebody because they know he was going to get blown out the way every time. Like, he can't cover anything. It's horrible, man. And you got him next year, and he's a senior. Like, how many seniors have played in college lately? It's a starter. Not many.
Well, maybe he can improve a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I think kind of the game was lost when Marvin Harrison went down because and then did you see the way that ball dropped in and the throw CJ Stroud made and he almost caught it, even though he was targeted. So that throw was just an NFL throw all day.
Oh, yeah.
But once Marvin Harrison went down, Ohio State struggled to move the ball effectively because nobody can stop Marvin Harrison. And that's the great thing about having a receiver of that caliber on your team. He only had one drop ball all season. We're talking about a whole college season, one drop ball, which is crazy because you see pros drop the ball all the dog on time, all the day long. So, but Ohio State, I can't remember who it was, but they had said that when Ohio State played against the University of Florida in the national championship in 2007, that the reason that they lost was because Ted Ginn went down, and their whole game plan was around Ted Ginn. Did you tell me that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm like, somebody told me. I couldn't remember. Sorry, so I didn't give you no credit.
Okay.
So
I didn't look for credit. I know what I'm talking about. I watch football.
I'm like, I know somebody told me that. So, it got me thinking once, Marvin Harrison went down, you kind of had the same situation. And a lot of their game plan was about involving, Marvin Harrison Jr. So, Brandy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Once he went out, it definitely changed the game. And it just goes back to me wishing, that Jackson Smith-Njigba was able to play as well. Because I feel like if we would have had him too, there would have been no way that they would have lost.
Yeah, how bad is his hamstring?
I thought he was able to go. I thought he chose not to play.
Nah, I don't know.
He wasn't healthy enough in that he wanted a rest to get ready for the draft.
Yeah, but I thought he said he chose not to play so he didn't go to the draft. Yeah.
So I don't know how bad the hamstring is.
Yeah, I don't know how bad his hamstring. I ain't gonna tell the man health, but I just think he didn't want to play because of NFL desires. And honestly, I hate that. I understand we're going for the bag, but I hate the fact that these players are not playing in big games no more.
You're saying you don't even care about winning the national championship, which is just crazy, which help increase. But these national championships help increase your stock even more.
Yeah.
So it's like you playing yourself,
But, people be telling like whoever advises them, it's like, to me, it's not good advisors because there's no way I'm telling this kid, like, don't go and try to secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, go secure the bag. But listen, if you play in this game, you're going to get more. Your bag is going to look a little bit prettier, especially if you ball out like Marvin Harrison did. Marvin Harrison balled out. And I guarantee you, his draft stock went up from maybe a top 10 to the top 5. If I get a receiver like that on my team, I'm taking early. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't feel Georgia was as good as advertised. They was able to beat, TCU because TCU wasn't that good. They were great in the Big 12 for that style of play. But, unfortunately, it was just a sad national championship game. And I turned it off very early and stopped watching it. But I don't think Georgia was that good because, they barely beat Ohio State and they needed a very badly missed field goal to do it. They did some great things in that game. And, I admire them being able to come from behind and all that other stuff. But, it was Ohio State had a deficiency that they game planned against and they were able to, prevail. So it is what it is. But, they were also missing Travion Henderson. So running the ball, was a little bit of an issue as well. So, they had some of their big weapons, out. We talked about Jackson Smith and Jigba and stuff like that. So you didn't have your dominant offensive players playing in the game. And CJ Stroud declared for the draft. What is his legacy at Ohio State? I think he has a good legacy.
What did he do?
I mean, he ain't won
he won nothing.
I know, no national championships, but I still think he was a good quarterback.
Did he even win the Big Ten title yet? Yeah, he won one.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
Big Ten quarterback of the year twice.
Mm-hmm.
First team.
Yeah.
Big Ten.
Compared to other quarterbacks who came
twice
out of Ohio State, he was. Don't get me wrong, he was good. Had a great team. But compared to all the other quarterbacks who came out of Ohio State, he will be forgotten fast.
I don't. And I don't think he had a terrible legacy. I think it was he didn't win the big games.
He didn't have no terrible legacy. He actually was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just you haven't won no big game.
You beat Michigan.
Every every Ohio State quarterback who is known, you lost to the team of North 2 times
in a row.
That ain't happened since before I was born. But you got the Troy Smiths, you got the 12 gauge, you got all these quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State who won something, national championships, Big Ten titles, Rose Bowls, before they had national championships.
He won the Rose Bowl last year.
Last year he won the Rose Bowl. Yeah.
So he does have something. A big bowl game.
Yeah.
Come from behind victory too.
Yeah.
Because they was getting gashed by Utah initially.
Is he gonna be? Yeah, they actually won.
I was a bit worried for a second.
I was scared of that game. And that's probably why I forgot, because they were scared. They came back and won.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a horrible legacy? Absolutely not. He don't have a horrible legacy. Is it gonna be like that standout great legacy like the Troy Smiths?
Nah. No, I don't think so. Brandy, what type of legacy do you think CJ Stroud has?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Good, but not stand out, compared to other quarterbacks. Even with Justin, we were able to make it to the championship, but didn't win it that time. But even with CJ, I was kind of hoping that he was going to come back for another year, just because, I don't know, it kind of feels like he is unfinished business with the Ohio State still.
I think actually, I don't think personally. Now I may get proven wrong, and I'm okay with that. But if he comes back, he's already said he's gone. With him leaving, and I hope he have a great career, but I don't see if he goes like to a bad team. If he don't get to sit behind nobody, put it like that, he needs to sit behind a quarterback like a Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes type of, some type of quarterback. He needs to sit behind. If you just throw him into the fire, he's not gonna be that good. I don't think he's gonna be that good. Just if you throw him into the fire right now in the NFL. Just personally. That's my personal opinion. I think he's gonna be just mediocre like Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields needs to sit behind somebody. He's trying to get in his bearings now, but it took this is going on fourth season, third season. Yeah, no, he in his third season now, or he's going to it.
He's going to his third season.
He's going to his third season.
You gotta have patience.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like I don't like so if you're looking for him to win right as soon as he get in the NFL, you're gonna be mad. But if you sit back, relax, and just let him develop, I think it's gonna be decent.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU at 95.9 FM, and we'll be right back. That was so funny.
She was out.
I didn't even hear her. So
she was like wait up. I was like, oh, Lord. Jeez. She working a full-time job.
Being a teenager is hard.
Clearly. This song forever.
Huh?
So I heard this song forever.
It's the shortest break we got.
This message is brought to you by Cuyahoga Community College and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our voices united. Burtonville Park Community Radio.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. And we were just talking a little Ohio State and what was going to be the legacy of CJ Stroud. And we all came to agreement that he'd have a good legacy. He didn't win anything, but, it's not too bad. He was still a very good quarterback. So we got to move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So right now, Donovan Mitchell is hurt. So we don't know how serious this is. He might not be traveling with the team to Memphis. Pretty big game against Memphis on the road. Memphis is winners of 10 straight games. So they are, on a come up. And, that is a crazy place to play. I don't know if y'all ever heard them sing 3-6 Mafia, and all audience members join in. So it's a very funny looking at the audience members sing that song, whoop that. So I don't know if you guys ever, Brandy, you ever seen video footage of that?
Right.
It's amazing. I'm sorry. It's amazing. It's just like jumping around to me. It's amazing. I can't front. I love stuff like that. I wish, and I can't wait till the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Browns, or somebody in Cleveland get a dope chant like that. Okay, what song it is? Get a chant.
That just seems very Memphis, though.
I love it. I mean, you've been to Memphis. You know what it is.
I've never been.
You never been? Oh,
I've never been to Memphis.
Different. Oh, it's dope.
Too much crime there, man. Once they killed Gucci Mane, I was done. I was like, I don't never need to go visit. Not Gucci Mane, but Young Dolph.
Young Dolph?
Yeah, Young Dolph. I'm sorry. Not Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane is the best rapper of all time.
You playing right?
Maybe not.
That's a joke.
Maybe not.
She joke. Hey, y'all, she playing, y'all. We don't send us no hate mail. She is joking. She do not believe Gucci Mane is the greatest rapper of all time. She ain't believe it.
I'm lightweight obsessed with Gucci Mane.
I don't care how obsessed you are. There is no way you lying to yourself like that. And I'm a Gucci Mane fan. His mixtapes. Old Gucci. The new Gucci, I don't know what's going on. The old Gucci, oh man, he was fire.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
He definitely not. He ain't even in the top 10.
Top 5, buddy. Maybe top 3.
You're joking. It's so cute. She played, Rachel. You don't, Brandon, you don't believe that one either, right? You know she playing, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
she gotta be playing. So even Brandon know you playing.
I mean, everybody got their own top list.
And if Gucci Mane is yours, you are no longer allowed to listen to music.
Top what though?
Gucci Mane?
Yeah. What top am I allowed to have him in? Am I allowed to have him in my top 10?
Are we doing mixtapes or are we doing everything combined?
Everything combined.
Yeah, he's not even in your top 20.
Oh man, you tripping.
If you're talking about straight mixtapes, okay, I can give him top 10 mixtapes.
I ain't never heard his mixtapes.
Almost every song you listen to is a mixtape out off of his mixtapes.
Okay.
Most of his bangers, they made you like, oh, let me go. That's a mixtape.
Okay.
He don't drop albums, man. He probably got maybe like 3 albums, maybe, if that. He's a mixtape king. Him and Young Jeezy.
Okay.
They mixtapers, man. Lil Wayne was a mixtape god.
Okay.
Lil Wayne, if you said Lil Wayne is the best rapper of all time, I'll give you that argument. That goes back and forth. To me, Lil Wayne is definitely top 5. Eminem, Biggie. Biggie might be the greatest rapper of all time to me, but that's a little biased. And you got to think, Biggie dropped one album, when he was alive, I should say, because he dropped Life After Death. He was already dead, wasn't finished. They just wanted money. One album. No mixtapes, none of that. Just one, couple features. And he was argued to be the greatest rapper of all time.
Brandy, who you got in your top 3?
Ooh, geez. For number 1, I'm probably gonna say Tupac.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
Way better than Gucci Mane. Go ahead.
I put Biggie in there too. Number 3.
Good call.
Number 3, I'm not sure.
You can say it, Brandon. We ain't gonna judge. Go ahead, put him in there.
Oh no, I really don't know.
She said Gucci Mane. You can put anybody in there. Listen, she said Gucci Mane. You can put anybody in that top 3.
I love Gucci Mane.
Throw Drake
Almost
in
messed
there.
with Gucci
That's like
Mane.
saying that's like putting Takeoff up in there. Takeoff is I love Takeoff, man. R.I.P. Takeoff, but that's like me putting Takeoff in the top 3.
I like Migos too.
I love the Migos. I'm a fan of the Migos. I was surprised to be a fan of the Migos. I ain't not saying the Migos. I'm a fan of Takeoffs. Takeoff was the truth, man. He can actually spit fire.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. They killed the wrong one.
Oh my God. So Donovan Mitchell is not playing tomorrow night. He's probably not even going to travel with the team. Let's get your guys' thoughts on how much he's going to be missed.
Oh, big time. That's 45 points you missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a huge loss.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he only out for a few games. I hope it ain't too major. I don't know how severe it was. I don't think they said how severe it is. So hopefully it's just like, okay, he'll miss like a week or 2. You know, that's about 10 games.
Okay, so he is gonna go to Memphis with them.
So he'll probably just not playing.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he suffered a strained left groin and axed out of the game at the 444 mark of the third quarter yesterday.
So I mean, he might miss 3 games, top maybe 4. I'm in the same pain, brother. I understand. That's a horrible pain right there. But it normally take 3 days to rest, so that we need to rest that for 3 days. Ice it down. Look at me coaching. Ice it down, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 3 days rest.
Well, we definitely need him back because Golden State comes into town this weekend as well as Milwaukee. You want to gain ground in that top-heavy Eastern Conference where it's just 1 or 2 games separate.
He's not going to play. I can guarantee you that. Growing strains it's a different pain. It's like pulling your hamstring with the groin. It's like the muscle, the inner thigh muscle. It's a painful. It's like I said, normally take about 3 days rest to get back to standard. About a week to get good to yourself. Depending on how severe it is. I don't know how severe it is.
Oh yeah, and then yesterday, got a stat for you. Cleveland yesterday was their 9th win this season when trailing after 3 quarters, the most in the NBA, leading the league with the 11 come from behind victories by double digit at any point of the game.
Listen, that's thanks, man. I'm tired. It's good because we always coming back, but I'm tired of having to come back and win.
Yeah, we
are down almost every game in the third quarter, and it's always double digits. It's like we forget how to play in the third quarter, and then we pick it back up in the fourth, and we start balling out.
Yeah, we've struggled in the third quarter for years.
That Cavaliers, because you giving people like me, fans like myself, heart attacks. Mm-hmm. It's not cool.
Yeah, Brandy, what do you think about them?
Yeah, I agree. You know, like you guys just said, it's good that, you know, they're able to get these wins from coming back behind, but being able to do that every game, you know, isn't going to happen, especially, you know, if they will make it to playoffs this year. You know, that's not going to fly during playoffs.
No, definitely not, Brandy.
Yeah, no, because you're going to get in a big hole pretty early, and that's especially on the road. So that's not something that you want to do. But, you know, they've had issues in the third quarter for years, and they just, you know, JB has to, you know, do a better job of coaching them through that third quarter lull. So they'll probably be all right, but, you know, they need D. Mitch for these next few games. So hopefully he's not out long. But that's our time, family. So Brandy, it was good having you. Eddie, good seeing you again in studio with me. And this is for her in the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. We out of here.